Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to UniCert. This morning, I want to talk about the test for next week. So we're going to start the test at 8:10. I'll probably send it to you around 8 o'clock. You'll have, let's say, 90 minutes to complete it. There will be 35 questions, A, B, C, D, but also some like fill in the blanks, like you'll have some, kolonki and things like that. So altogether, there should be 35 answers for your test. Okay, so today I want to just go through Unit 13 and Unit 14, just some of the things you need to concentrate on. So the last two videos, if you remember, were Unit 11 and Unit 12. And this week will be 13 and 14 combined. I need to show you something here very quickly. Okay, so some of you might have noticed that some pages are missing. So actually I got an email from Romana and she showed me that from Unit 12, which ended right over here in the corner on page 71, if you can see that. Okay, suddenly it skips to, I think it's to page 74 here. Maybe I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is over there in that corner. So you can see. So anyways, and pages 72 and 73 are missing. So don't worry about those two pages, obviously, because I don't have them photocopied and I don't have them in PDF format. So we're not going to use them for our test. But what I want you to concentrate on, okay, so if we go to Unit 13 here, I want to look at the compound, or the collocations, I should say. Well, I guess you can also call them compound nouns too. So I want you to look at these words here on the left. Okay, so first of all, we have concrete, okay, pedestrian, okay, we know that's a person, pesia, chodec, we know traffic, outers, vonkajší, housing, okay, this is where you live, ubytovanie, high rise. Okay, high rise is an interesting word. This is to talk about an apartment building with several floors, for example, 8, 9, 10, 20 floors or 30 floors, okay? So it can even be a skyscraper, mrakodrap. Okay, but it's not always a mrakodrap, okay? So even like a panelak or just a very tall apartment building can be called a high rise. Okay, so we have the police, emergency, public, urban. If you remember this word, urban, meski, recreational. Here is an interesting word, sewage, okay? Now, sewage, this is like, odpadki. This is waste, that comes from the kanalizacja, okay? So we don't say canalization, or I've heard many different words for kanalizacja, but we call it the sewage system, okay? So in fact, I've already given you the answer, and system is over here. Okay, water, garbage, okay, which is a very American word, but look, you remember this is the Cambridge IELTS, so this is also a British word, okay? This is smeti. We have here noise or air, inner city, okay, remember outer, vonkajší, vnutrejší, and this is an interesting word, shanty. Shanty is shack, okay, the chatrich. So we can put these words together. So I want you to look here then, okay. Actually, before I go further, I really want to show you some of the words on this side. Okay, so for example, you have here force. Okay, we know that force can be sila, but did you know Yeah, if I go over here, that force can also be police force, okay, like policajny zbor, okay, the like oddělenie, but I think you use zbor in Slovak, okay, so we say the police force. Let's go back here, okay, so we have here estate, an estate. Well, okay, so, an estate, of course, is like a sídlisko. In this case, I would put this word here, housing estate. Okay, that's a very British word. Okay, what about services, služby? Yeah, maybe emergency services, okay? Town. Well, there's there's many words here that can go with town, okay? We have inner city, outer city, okay? But we can also say an outer town. We can also say a shanty town, okay? A shanty town is like the osada, or, where very poor people live, okay? Or not quite in the suburbs, but outside of the city. So a shanty town. Sometimes in the city also, I've seen that also in cities, even here in Europe, a shanty town. Okay. Congestion. All right, let's have a look here at congestion. So congestion can be if you are ill, right? You can't breathe, your nose, okay? Upchatie. Congestion can also be here, traffic congestion, traffic congestion. What about crossing? What about crossing? Well, yeah, probably pedestrian crossing, okay? Yeah, the zebra crossing, okay? The prechod. Okay, what about sprawl? Okay, I don't know if I got that one here. Sorry about that. I do. Okay. Now, your dictionary, my dictionary says rozvalit. Okay, like to rozvalit sa, po posteli, to sprawl, stretch. But we also, it's very similar. We have it for a city, like a sprawling city. And we call this urban. Urban is meski. This is a výraz, urban sprawl. Urban sprawl. What about here? Pollution. Okay, znečistenie. We don't want to say garbage pollution. There's a better word, and it's right next to it. Noise pollution or air pollution. Noise pollution or air pollution. Now, here the suburbs. Okay, predmestia. I live in the suburbs. I live in the suburbs of Bratislava. So we can say, what can we say then? Yeah, we can probably say the outer suburbs. Outer suburbs. Okay. What is this word here? Slums. Okay, now slum. I looked in the dictionary and I didn't find it. Okay, or at least in my dictionary, I didn't find it. Slum is a very poor part of the city. Okay, so yeah, I'm not going to name any because maybe some of you live in the slums, but usually there you will find all the shanties. Okay, you will find also apartment blocks or housing estates that look in very, very bad condition. Okay, so these would be the inner city slums. Okay, so they're inside the city and the very poor parts. Okay, what about a jungle? Okay, yeah, this is a nice word that I've heard in Slovak. The concrete jungle. Okay, the betonová džungla, where I live here in Petržalka. What about transport? Transport. So from here, yeah, I can see a word. Public transport. Oh, what about this word here? Facilities. Facilities. Zariadenia. Zariadenia. facilities. Okay, so look over here then. There can be a number of words here. We'll choose this one, recreational. Okay, recreational facilities can be the detské ihrisko, the children's playground. It can be hradza. It can be, these gyms that, the fitness, the verejný fitness. I see it in, all around Bratislava where you can work out. So, but it can also be like the futbolové ihrisko as well. Okay, let's move on here. Buildings. All right, so we only have a few words left. I would probably say high-rise buildings. Okay, so Petržalka has high-rise buildings. Remember, it's not always a mrakodrap, just a very tall building. Okay, poschodový dom, I guess. All right, supply. Okay, what do you think here? Yeah, the water supply. Okay, the water supply, where we get our water from. Okay, the nádrž, okay, the reservoir, the water supply. Or it can be a river, rieka. Okay, so Bratislava, the water supply of Bratislava, or Bratislava's water supply, comes from the Danube. Look at here, system. A system. Okay. Oh, I'm almost confused here. Which ones are left? But yeah, I would go here. Okay, to the sewage system. Okay, remember we talked about it, the kanalizacja. And then finally, of course, we have, yeah, okay. So we have here garbage collection. Garbage collection. Okay, good. Let's move on then. Okay, so in Unit 14 talks about issues. Remember, issues are problematiki. Tackling, okay, tackling, it's a word like in more about like americký football, okay? It's how we zaoberať sa s nimi, okay? How we deal with them. But this výraz is more about riešiť, okay? How we vyriešiť problémy. You can see here problems and solutions, right? Řešenie, okay, or riešenie, or riešenia, solutions, and then tackling solutions. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. We don't tackle the solution. We find the solution. But we tackle the issue by finding a solution. Now, look here. It says, look at the following definitions and complete the issues they refer to. Now, in this exercise, you will need to think on your own because there is no box, okay, underneath it. This box here in 2.1 doesn't belong to in 2.1 doesn't belong to number 1. But anyways, you have here some help. A lack of jobs, right? Nedostatok, right? Práce. Starts with a U. Nezaměstnanost. Yes, unemployment. Good. What about 2? Using scientific techniques to create edible, jedli, right? Plants. Aha, yes. Genetic or genetically modified food. Okay, good. What about here? Using scientific techniques, but to create humans or animals with the C. Klonovanie. Yeah, cloning. And what about here? A worldwide economic problem. Well, worldwide with the G is global. right? Food crisis, global food crisis. Very good. What about being extremely overweight? With O. Obesity. Obesity. Okay, I'll let you do these ones alone. You can check the answers also in the back. Let's move on here. I just want to show you two more things. Okay, this part is also very important for our test, okay? These words here, or most of these words, we can use for everyday problems, okay? The task here says underline the three which refer to more serious problems, okay? All right, it says write the adjective form of the words marked with an asterisk, okay, the little hviezdichka, like disaster, disaster. What would that be as an adjective? Okay, disastrous, disastrous, disastrous. All right, we have words here. I want to just show them to you very quickly, okay? This is going to be the most important part of the test. We know difficulty is a tashkost. We know that trouble, okay, well, trouble is a problem. To get into trouble, right? Dostat sav problemoch, or do problemo. But look here, I want you to be careful, because trouble usually, zvyčajne, is uncountable, okay? Nepočitatelný. So, for example, I've had a lot of trouble with the secondhand car I bought. Not troubles, but pozor, okay? In very special circumstances, right? Výnimočné okolnosti. Okay, we can talk about all problems, všetky problémy, čo má človek alebo krajina. We can say, telling someone, keď povieš niekomu, okay, niekomu inému, someone else, your troubles, right, svoje problémy, okay, alebo ťažkosti, ťažkosti are troubles too, difficulties, can really help. So the word trouble can be nepočitatelné, okay, or it can be počitatelné, okay. But remember, it says here, however, avšak, it is better to avoid using it in this way unless you are completely sure, okay. Musíš byť, úplne si istý, okay. Trouble can also be used to mean difficulty, all right? Just as I said, difficulty up here in the phrase, have trouble, okay, plus the ing forma, the ing form. I had a lot of trouble starting my car, okay, or I had a lot of trouble starting the car this morning, okay. Let's go back to the box here. So we have difficulties and troubles. Hurdle. Okay, so if I go back to the Word document, actually, let me get back over here. Okay, so in a hurdle is a prekážka, but it's also sport. It's like when the guy's running, he's jumping over the hurdles. Okay, so for example, the prekážkar in the Olympics. Obstacle, do I have it here? I don't, but an obstacle is also prekážka, but it's not a sport in this case, okay? So it's not the same as jumping over the hurdles. Okay, here we have predicament. Okay, so a predicament is a dilemma. It's a kind of dilemma, okay? But be careful, because down here I have dilemma too. They're a little bit, they're very similar, but there is a small difference. I'll tell you about the difference in a moment. All right, disaster, okay? Big katastrofa is a disaster, you know. Something didn't, you know, go very well. Issue. Sometimes some people say issue. I've heard that before. I've heard some British people and some American people say issue. In general, I say issue, like a sh issue. Challenge. Okay. Výzva. Challenge. Okay. Controversy. Controversy. Well, actually, let's go here. Challenge. There is a hvězdička. If I make it into an adjective, it becomes challenging. Challenging. And a controversy, right? If something is kontroverzní, it becomes controversial. Sha. But some people, okay, say controversial. Okay, it's controversial. I hear that. I hear British people say that. I say controversy. They say, British people say controversy. Controversy. What about setback? Okay, so if I go back here, setback, I'm finding it again, another prekážka. Okay, wow, okay. Setback is a little bit different though, okay? And again, I'm going to show you in a moment in the next exercise the difference between a setback, okay, and a predicament and so on. We know catastrophe, okay? It has the asterisk. It's like Asterix and Obelix, the asterisk here. Okay, the hvězdička. Catastrophic. Okay, so we vynechat ečko and put ica, meki ica. It's catastrophic. We know dilemma, and we also know crisis, kríza. But I want to show you the differences in these words here. Okay, so we have setback, dilemma, predicament. I talked about the obstacle, okay, up here, or the hurdle, and controversy or controversy, the controversy. A setback, okay, well, here are the definitions. The setback, is it an unpleasant situation which is difficult to get out of? No. Is it a lot of disagreement or argument about something, usually affecting many people? Not really. Is it something that blocks you so forward movement is prevented? Kind of. It's kind of like that, but it's too broad. Okay, this isn't the correct definition for that one though. Is it a situation where a difficult choice has to be made between two things? Okay, no. It is this one here. Okay, so something that happens which delays or prevents a process. Okay, so you have neki proces to napredovat, to advance, right? Ísť ďalej, to go forward. So a setback is something that is already in motion. You are doing it, but then you come to you come to an obstacle or a hurdle, okay? That's why I said something that blocks you. So that movement is prevented, okay? So this is something, a setback is used in, like if you're working on something, your thesis, for example. So you can say, yeah, I've had some setbacks. I can say the coronavirus situation, was a major setback. Okay, so the corona crisis is a setback, or it caused a setback in my work because I couldn't go to my laboratory, for example, anything like that. All right, a dilemma. Okay, it's the same word in Slovak, or at least I've seen it in Slovak. This is where you have to make a choice, but it's a very difficult choice. So I would say dečko. Now, predicament, okay, is actually ačko. It's an unpleasant situation, which is difficult to get out of, okay? So it's like having two different, if you schedule something, or you make two appointments at the same time, or you have two meetings at the same time, you're like, oh, how am I going to make this situation right? Obstacle and hurdle, we know that's C, something in the way, and then controversy. So that's a lot of disagreement or argument, okay, about something that usually affects many people, okay? An issue, remember that word issue, the problematica. Okay, so if you want to work on it a little bit more just on your own, my recommendation is to go to 2.3. So we have all of these words that we talked about, but we can also put an adjective, next to them. So we can say a major hurdle, okay? So this is a very big, okay, velika prekažka. But we had also some minor difficulties, menše, okay? Veći or večje or veliki, and, menši, minor, or male, minor setback, a sensitive issue, okay? Citlivý. Current predicament, okay, right? Současný, complete disaster, or total disaster, I'm sorry, okay? Úplná, okay? Úplná katastrofa. Significant challenge. Remember, the challenge is the výzva, okay? Right? Significant is important, vzácný or důležitý. And considerable controversy, okay? Considerable is also vzácný or important, okay? Meaning it has, it has enough. It has dostatok, okay? Dostatočný. Okay. Look at these words here. We experienced. So we experience, right? My jsme zažili or my jsme stretli, right? A few at the airport, but nothing very serious. So, na letisku, right? Jsme zažili alebo jsme stretli. What do you think here? So if it's not serious, it can't be major or total or significant. Okay. Yeah, it would have to be probably minor difficulties. Okay. Good. What about the enormous? Okay, the obrovský, cost, right? Náklad, okay, or cena of this program is that we need to overcome. Okay, the enormous cost of this program, okay, of the UniCert program, it's very expensive, okay. What we put here? Okay. Well, yeah, it can be a major hurdle, okay. We overcome our hurdles, okay. We overcome our problems as well, okay. I don't want to say difficulties because it has minor here, and enormous, right, is obrovský, so it has to go with major, okay. So it can also go with significant challenge as well, okay. It's also a significant challenge, okay, so it means it's large enough. Anyways, go through all of them yourselves. You can check at the back of the book the answers, okay. There will be some questions like this as well. Okay, guys, so I'm going to leave it at that for today. Thank you very much for watching. I wanted to say watching this program, but yeah, watching this quick tutorial, this lesson, okay. So remember, next week, May 15th, Monday, May 15th, sometime between 8 o'clock and 8:10, okay, you will receive a test in your email. You have 90 minutes to fill it out and send it back. Okay, so just be like last time. Okay, I think 90 minutes is more than fair. So the reason I'm doing that, just in case there are any technical difficulties, you know, with internet connection or whatever, anything might happen. Okay, guys, take care of yourselves. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time then. Okay, bye-bye.